Hey guys, I'm Phil Town from Rule Number One Investing, and today I want to talk to you about a few ways to save and spend your money wisely. For many people, financial struggles are due to not bringing in enough money, okay? But for many others, the problem comes from not wisely spending the money that they do make. And arguably, that might be everybody's problem. In this video, we'll take a look at 7 ways that you can start better handling your money that you earn in order to help you reach your financial goals. First, let's track your finances. Before you can start figuring out how to spend your money more wisely, you first need to understand where is it going. That's always a mystery, right? Make a budget and track both your income and your expenses. And everybody says to do this, but they're right, you gotta do it. Once you know where your money's going, you can start looking for opportunities where it could be better spent. So start tracking it. Where are you spending it? Second, think about the long-term benefits and drawbacks of the purchases you are making. Far too many purchases are just impulse decisions to buy something that you don't need to impress somebody who doesn't like you anyway. So while this is all great when it's a $1 chocolate bar at the grocery store, it's a little bit larger problem when you're out there buying cars that are trying to impress your neighbors. So before you buy something, think about how it will affect you in the future. How long is it really going to last? Is it really going to put you in debt that you don't need? And is the value that you're going to get out of it over its lifetime, is that really worth the cost? And I'm going to tell you right now, your neighbors aren't impressed by your car, all right? And if they are, they're boneheads. So these are questions you've got to figure out the answers to and determine if something's really worth buying. Now, third, only put money on credit cards that you can afford to pay off every month. Credit cards aren't inherently a hindrance to your finances. After all, they're just a convenient way to be able to pay for things. And many cards offer some kind of cash back on purchases, which is nice. However, you should only spend money on your credit card if you're able to pay it off in full at the end of the month. If you pay off your credit card balance each month, you won't incur any interest charges, and it'll essentially be the same as paying cash. If you don't pay off the balance each month, though, the interest accrued can spiral out of control. Now, one way that people start to do this, it's really effective, Dave Ramsey's taught us all, is to just put money in cash in envelopes for the budget items that you're going to spend money on during the month. And when that cash is gone, then you're done spending money in that category. So for example, an envelope could be an envelope for restaurant spending, might have $500 in it. And when you've spent $500 in restaurants that month, you're done going to restaurants. So it might be a little easier to control your money that way than to just try to not do it on a credit card. Now, fourth, stop trying to impress other people. That's crazy. The average person spends far too much money merely maintaining an image. Fancy cars, brand name clothing, buying them in just the right store. Much of what we buy has more to do with just impressing other people than purchasing something we want or enjoy. And I'm telling you, man, keeping up with the Joneses is an expensive and oppressive and unnecessary pursuit. You gotta buy things you enjoy, and don't fall prey to the feeling that you have to spend money in order to impress other people. I was working with a lady who was so sad. She was a single mom, 2 kids, and she bought a new car just so she could drive her daughter to school in a car her daughter wasn't embarrassed by. Fifth, figure out what habits are draining your budget. After you start tracking your finances, you can begin looking for habits that are draining your budget out. These habits can include expensive hobbies, eating in restaurants too much, spending too much money on clothing, or a lot of other financial drains that you don't need to incur. And once you figure out which habits are eating up a large portion of your income, then you can evaluate whether these are really necessary, right? And that's where, again, envelopes with cash can really get a grip on where that money's going. Sixth, learn to value savings over products. Some people are naturally good at saving money and draw enjoyment from growing their wealth. For others, money's something that is spent the moment it gets in their hands, and anything else feels like a wasted opportunity. And if you're in the second camp, I want you to try to adopt a mentality that values savings over products. In the end, money invested or money saved is almost always going to benefit your life more than money spent on products that will wear out or become uninteresting in time. And here's the thing, you want to start focusing on what you can make on the money you're saving, or you're never going to save it. And that's where learning how to invest starts to become so important. If you can make 15 or 20% a year, saving money starts to become pretty interesting. If you're only making 1%, why not spend it on a refrigerator? Because you can't invest it anyway. I got to tell you, when you're really good at this, you do things like Warren Buffett. He was riding up to his office in an elevator, and some guys from an insurance company told this story on him. There was a penny on the floor of the elevator, and the guys looked down, looking at Buffett, looking at the penny. And they're all sitting there wondering to themselves, they talked about it later, is Buffett going to reach down and pick up the penny? The richest guy in the world, is he going to pick up the penny? And Buffett's looking at them, and he looks at the penny, and he gets to his floor, and he steps out, and he looks at the guys on the elevator and reaches down and into the elevator, picks up the penny and says, beginning of the next billion, and walks away. I mean, you got to love Warren Buffett. I'm sure he was just joking with him and messing around. But I got to tell you, once you get on to holding on to your money and investing it with a high rate of return, not spending it becomes a lot easier. Seventh, start investing now. Start investing as early as you can. Get your kids doing it early. Spending your money wisely isn't just about avoiding unnecessary purchases. It's also requires you to take the money that you save and get it into things that'll help you reach your financial goals. And that's what I was just talking about. With that in mind, there's no such thing as investing too early, getting started too soon, or investing too little. Even if you have nothing, you can start picking great companies and making a great watch list. So it doesn't matter how young, how old you are, how little money you have to invest. Putting money into quality companies that'll grow in value as time goes on is always a wise use of your income. And even if you have nothing, if all you built was that watch list over the next year and then save, you're going to have money when this market crashes, and you're going to get enormous opportunities to put it into companies at great prices. Now, I'd love to hear from you guys. What's the hardest part about saving money for you? And, how do you handle it? Leave a comment below with your answer, and I'll be sure to follow up with you. And thanks for watching, you guys. Now go play. If you enjoyed this video and you feel it was valuable in teaching you more about spending your money wisely, hit the like button and please share this video with your friends. And if you want more investing content, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to click the button on the screen for a free gift. It's awesome. And thanks again for watching.